Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ken Knows Gambling, and I hope this show is going to shed some light on a topic that I want to talk about. Let me get me a new bracelet today. Lava with silver. What would Ken do? I think it's important enough, and I'm going to get to that here in just a second. Now, this is actually Monday. I already had a video come out today. I have one set for tomorrow. I have one set for Wednesday, just because of all the research for football that I have to do. But I thought this important enough that tomorrow's video, I'm killing it. Wednesday's is already set. I'm going to replace tomorrow's with this one. So this is actually Monday, really and truly. But for all practical purpose, happy Tuesday, everybody. It's going to be more on the topic of John. John at Pro Craps, of course, it's Casino Gaming Central now. But he had a topic today about the state of your bankroll, and he gave some really good instructions on how to play based on your bankroll, what you should do in this case, in this case, in that case, and it's all 100% right down the line true. I loved it. Well, while he was in his show, I text over there and I says, add one more. Know the state of your envelopes. And I know there's a lot of people that probably still to this day don't use envelopes, as much as I have proven over and over and over and over how important they are and why they're important. So that's going to be for today, and I want you to listen up. Now, all that being said, since this is Monday, my football, I did a little short on this. My 300 introductory offer is over. Sorry, but I told you it ended on the 22nd. You can still buy a season pass. It just ain't at the special rate. And you still have that weekly that you can do over there. So remember to go to my website, kenknowsgambling.com, for all that information over there. You're going to find where you can pick up these What Would Ken Do bracelets, shirts like this one, and my very popular course that I have, the Texas Hold'em course. 14 videos. It's over 3.5 hours, and 8 charts, graphs, downloads to go with it. It's actually a complete course. That's over there as well. And for all of you folks that support me, I appreciate you more than you know. If you're going to be a weekly person, remember, and it's over there in my website, I've got to have the money by 9, let's see, is it midnight on Tuesday or 9? I think 9 p.m. on Tuesdays. 9 p.m. on Tuesdays. Yes, that's the deadline. If your money for the week comes in after 9 p.m. Central Time on Tuesdays, then we're going to roll it over until the next week. So if you want this weekend's plays that I'm going to put out Wednesday night, I'll put them out Wednesday night. Then you'd have to have the weekly every Tuesday. So this Tuesday for this weekend. This Tuesday night by 9 for this weekend. All right, but that's all over at my website. All right, here we go. Who is sponsoring today's show? Let's see here. Jan Sarin, Chris McCarty, Carol Tucker, Tom Warner, one of my great subscribers and members, Warner. I've got many, but he's extra special to me. Shamgar, Joe Janish, Disposable Hero, and Alan Stewart. All right, you guys are sponsoring today's show, and I appreciate you so much. Waylon, if you're watching me, man, I text you. I need to talk to you about this rack. I've got an idea for you, and call me, man. Very important. This rack again. That's at my website too. This is a cool rack. I've got some new pieces coming in too. I don't think you guys know how cool this is, but I see some of you YouTubers out there counting. I've got this much, which is okay if that's how you want to do it. But boy, having it set, so easy. You don't have to have any lammers, not one. All right? All right, here we go. Today's show. So let me give you an idea what John was doing. I think he had $1,000 bankroll, and I'm going to go ahead and give it to you in hundreds. All right? He had $1,000 bankroll for his explanations. All right? I give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, I'm not going into his show because that ain't what this is about. But I think he said, what do you do, if your goal is 250, and you're there. This is just one of his many ways to do his state of your bankroll. And maybe you had about $40 left over. That's what we're going to use. And I'm going to put this up for a second. That's your session money. That's your goal. Now, what do? Well, you can do a KKG fuck you bet. You can play little bits, or he even mentioned John Patrick. Maybe you take half of your money and play on half. Now, that's one of the things I didn't agree with John Patrick. Once I got my goal of 250, that ain't never, ever coming back to the table. Never, 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 never. Okay? So here's where you sit. And I said, okay, John, you need to know the state of your envelopes. That'll dictate almost any of this stuff. And he said he's supposed to talk to about, because he's going to drive back from wherever he's at, back home. I think he said it's a 15, 16-hour drive. Fuck me, boy. But anyway, here's what I want to explain to you. If you know, this is another reason I'm not advocating just wadding everything up into one ball. Okay? Separate these into envelopes. There's reasons why I've done what I've done. All right. Let's say that's where you're at. And here's what you think. You're playing the duck and cover. I'm using the same exact sort of explanation to John. That's what he was doing, the duck and cover. Okay, great. You're on a fucking unbelievable heater, whatever. Man, you got your goal, and you only got $40 left, and you really don't want to quit. That's why you're thinking about taking half of that. I don't want you to do that. You know why? Because you know the state of your envelopes. Okay? I had an email after that. They said, yeah, Ken, but your envelopes are either at home or they're in your room. And if you get up, go to your room, well, you can't go home. Well, you can't get into envelopes, so therefore, your point is moot. Horse shit. No, it's not. Why? Because I know what's in that envelope. Okay. I know I got over $2,000 in that fun money envelope. I already know that. All right? So you know what I've got to play with? Because he had mentioned, okay, state of your bankroll, whatnot. And maybe you go up. Instead of 110 duck and cover, maybe 220. Fuck it. If you want to, because it's fun money, and you know what's in that fun envelope, maybe you do this. I'm going to do two different things for you. Maybe you want to go to 440 now, and by all his explanations, just watching the rack, you can't. It would ruin everything. You can't. But if you know the state of your envelope, not only do you not have to go to your room, You don't have to go home to get it. You just know. Now remember, what I'm fixing to show you, you still have to put your $2.50 in your envelopes when you get back to your house or your room. That won't ever change. You always dump in your envelopes no matter what, no matter what. And I'm going to show you how this works. So I'm at the table. This is all I got. There's my goal. Here's that. I know I got over $2,000. You know what happens? All of this shit becomes my new bankroll because now I'm shifting the whole fucking thing. I know what I got to put over there. You'll see how I do this. I can put this whole thing now just in a flip of my brain. I already know. And now this is all fun money. Just like that. But it is fun money. Win, lose, or draw. Alright, here's how we're going to do it. So, now all I do is I know I got $2.50 and $40. I don't even have to count. I got the $2.50. And I got to have $1,000 to put back in my master bankroll. Alright, there ain't no sweat. Alright. So, we're going to put all this back. I'm still going to lock that up. You'll see. There we go. Now I want to do the duck and cover, and I'm going to do it at 440 because I want to turn this. And it's too hard to just dink and dunk it. Maybe you want to get to where you're going faster. All right, here we go. At least I know for a fact I've covered my 250. Okay. So here we go. I've decided to use fun money for one. He calls it the move. I make fun of him all the time. Okay. Got to make the move. All right. We're gonna make it one time. All right. 40. No, it's 120 and 120. We'll just pretend these are 20s. All right. Doesn't matter for explanation. All right. I'm gonna roll these dice. Win, lose, or draw. I'll show you the one way how these do it, and then I'll make the other one up. All right. So here you go. Say the point is a 4, doesn't matter for this illustration. He wants to make the move one time. Here we go. Okay, there's an 8. He gets $140. Okay, let's say he picks the duck and cover. We're going to go over here. All right, he's going to replace it with a quarter. Now he has that. This is just a one shot that you decided to use your fun money because you know the state of your envelope. Okay? There's the 7. Boo-hoo. Now, you guys know, I know when we sort of make these things up like John did, he let himself win like 12 times in a row or something, but we know that ain't the case. That's why I'm rolling these. All right? Now, this is really the good one to show you. This really, really is. All right, so you're going to lose all of this. All right, actually, I lost $10 more than I needed to, but I don't care for illustrations. You did win this and get to bring that back. Pull it back. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh. 3, 4, 5. There's your bankroll back. But you don't have the 250 anymore. All right, but you got to keep the 250 plus the 40. All right, I'm actually going to do this for you. Got to keep the 250. And there's my 40. 40. So basically, this is where I sit. I only got 765 bucks. I have fucked everything up, haven't I? No, you haven't. Because now you get back home. I knew what I had in my envelope. This is my fun envelope. We're going to pull it out. Okay? Here's the first thing that I'm going to do. Very first thing. Now watch. There's the 250 that I won. Doesn't matter what I lost here. There's the 250. Watch. 25 goes in the bank. Or 100 goes in the bank. 100 goes into excess. And 50 comes to my fun money. That 250 just went in the envelopes just as if I didn't do anything but walk away. Are you with me? Now, here's my fun money. Uh-oh, I've got to replace. There's my $40 profit. I'm going to go ahead and keep that. That's my money. I made that extra. $250 I just put in the envelopes, but oh no. This is messed up. There's 5, 6, 7. 750, 765. Fun money. 865. 965. Hell, we'll give it another 50. We're a little bit over the 1,000. There's my $1,000 back from my fun money. I gave it a shot. I got one of the hits, which helped me, but it didn't work out. But since I was using fun money, I still got to put my $250 in the envelopes. Again, that never changes. That's why you have envelopes. I still got to put this $40 in my pocket. Plus, I gave it a fucking shot at 440 to see if I could make the move. Well, the move didn't work this time. So now my fun money, that, oh, by the way, I knew I had money in there. The state of your envelope. Now I'm back. This is now goes back to my master envelopes. We'll get another $100. We'll get this, get 100. Matter of fact, I'm going to take this $15 and I'm going to have a little bit more profit, a little bit more pocket money. And what goes back into my master bankroll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have accomplished everything. And I didn't have to go back to my room. I got to play with fun. If the move didn't work, which, oh, by the way, it didn't, I'm not hurt at all. Money goes back to the master. 250 went in, and I still got some pocket money. And this, my friends, goes back to your fun. Booyah! That's how that works, y'all. I got to make sure I put this back correctly. All right, now, what would have happened, though, if you had the 250 win, and there was your pocket money, let's say. All right, we'll separate it again. There's your 1,000, there's your 250 here, and you did the same scenario, but this time the move worked. Okay, there's that 250. Here's your $1,000. There's your little pocket money, and you come out, and I'm not even gonna worry about anything. We'll just pretend they're capped. This is illustration only. You win that first one, boink, you get the 140. All right, you make the move. You drop that down, another one wins. You win 140. Boom. You drop that back down to there, but no, you quit. You just wanted to make the move twice. Now let's see what you got. All right, there's your 40 profit that you had from before. There's your 250 that would be going into the envelopes. And now, there's your $1,000 that goes back in your envelope or in your master bankroll. And there's your extra 250. There's your 250 from your original. There's your little 45, 50 bucks for your pocket because you knew the state of that fun envelope right here. You could do that. I showed you if it loses, then I showed you if it wins. All right, now watch. All of this 1,000 obviously goes right back to your master bankroll. Okay, this 250 would go into your envelopes. I ain't gonna put it there because I already did. I'm gonna have to take some money out to put my racks back. Okay, that still goes in your envelope. Like I said, nothing changes. That still goes into your pocket. Nothing changes. This money goes into your fun envelope. You did it because you knew the state of your fun envelope. Put it all in your fun envelope. That's where it came from. Or if you'd have used excess, same thing. Are y'all with me? Know the state of your envelopes. That way, you don't have to go nowhere. You can just switch gears right at the table because you believe you're on a heater, you believe you can't be stopped, and you don't want to take 250 and go home. There you go. Just another way to use those envelopes. And if you lose it, you lose it. But it ain't going to affect your master bankroll, and it ain't going to affect the fact that you're putting 250 in those envelopes because that's what you said you have to do every time. That's how that works. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's a good one for you for today. And this will come out Tuesday, and this will come out tomorrow. And hope you enjoyed it. I think it's a great lesson. But that's just what I think. Y'all be great. See you, bye.